Welcome, music lovers. Today we embark on a journey through the captivating life and untimely demise of the suave and soulful Robert Palmer. From the chart-topping hits that defined an era to the enigmatic persona that captivated audiences worldwide. So let's dive in. Robert Alan Palmer, born the 19th of January 1949 in Batley, Yorkshire, England, grew up in Malta on an army base where his father, a naval intelligence officer, was stationed. Robert Palmer's musical journey began in his early years, shaped by the diverse sounds of blues, soul, and jazz from American Forces radio and his parents' eclectic musical preferences. Returning to the UK at the age of 12, Palmer continued to cultivate his passion for music. As a teenager in Scarborough, Yorkshire, he combined his artistic pursuits by studying art at Scarborough High School. However, disillusioned with the formal education system, he briefly delved into graphic design at Scarborough School of Art and Design before opting for a job at the Scarborough Evening News. This early career move was short-lived, reportedly ending after a police raid on his bedsit uncovered a cannabis joint. In 1964, at Scarborough High, Palmer, then known by his middle name Alan, formed his first band, the Mandrakes. Despite initial shyness on stage, Palmer, aged 15, served as the lead vocalist and songwriter for the band, laying the foundation for his remarkable musical journey. In 1969, Robert Palmer encountered Sue Thatcher, a pivotal figure in his life and his future wife. Their meeting took place at Slough Railway Station, where he was captivated by her distinctive style, adorned with silver-colored boots and a matching mini dress. Sue's choice of reading material, a Jack Vance novel, Robert's favorite author, further deepened their connection. The couple shared a profound love for Vance's stories, often tearing out chapters of the latest novel to share with each other in their eagerness. Their diverse literary interests extended beyond fantasy fiction to include poetry, fiction, biographies, and graphic novels. 2 years after their encounter, Palmer and Sue tied the knot, eventually becoming parents to 2 children. Thereafter, the family embarked on a journey that led them from New York City to the Bahamas in the mid-1970s, followed by a move to Lugano, Switzerland, in 1987. Sadly, in years to come, the couple would part ways in 1993, marking the end of a significant chapter in Palmer's personal life. Robert Palmer's journey took a significant turn when he joined the Alan Bone Set, later renamed the Alan Bone. The band, transitioning from jazz and blues to psychedelia and progressive rock, enlisted Robert to record vocals for the 1969 single, Gypsy Girl. His exceptional voice prompted him to re-record the entire album, The Alan Bone, with his vocals, marking a pivotal moment in his musical career. The encounter with Island Records founder Chris Blackwell at a club gig led to a lasting collaboration. Despite detours with jazz rock band Dada and later Vinegar Joe, Palmer's solo career eventually took flight under Chris's guidance in 1974. Chris Blackwell, the visionary founder of Island Records, vividly recalls the impactful moment when he encountered the stylish couple, Robert and Sue Palmer, at a club. This chance meeting paved the way for a profound collaboration, fostering a lasting bond and the creation of exceptional music. Chris, mesmerized by Robert's voice and expansive musical knowledge, expressed his eagerness to sign him as a solo artist. In 1974, Robert Palmer ventured into his solo career with Sneakin' Sally Through the Alley, a New Orleans recorded album heavily influenced by Little Feat and the funk fusion of the Meters. The album, featuring backing by the Meters and producer, guitarist Lowell George of Little Feat, gained more traction in the US than in the UK. The trilogy of tracks, Sailin' Shoes, Hey Julia, and the title track, showcased a seamless rhythm. Following a move to New York City, Palmer released Pressure Drop in 1975, delving into reggae with the cover of Toots and the Maytals hit. Despite touring with Little Feat, the album, Some People Can Do What They Like, faced a lukewarm response, prompting Palmer's relocation to the Bahamas. In 1978, Double Fun brought Caribbean-influenced rock, featuring a notable cover of The Kinks' You Really Got Me, and the hit single, Every Kind of People, reaching the top 50 on the US Billboard chart. In 1979, Robert Palmer shifted his musical focus to pure rock with the release of Secrets, yielding his second top 20 single, Bad Case of Loving You, reaching number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100. The subsequent album, Clues, dropped in 1980, featuring hits like Johnny and Mary and Looking for Clues, accompanied by visually striking synth-pop music videos that resonated with a younger audience. The trend continued with the 1982 EP, Some Guys Have All the Luck. As Palmer embraced the 1980s, his growing success as a performer fueled his role as a producer, contributing to projects like Desmond Decker's 1981 album, Compass Point, and assisting John Martin with his album, Sapphire. In April 1983, Pride was released, showcasing notable tracks like the title song and a cover of The System's You Were in My System, featuring The System's David Frank on keyboards. Additionally, Palmer's involvement in Duran Duran's charity concert in July 1983 laid the foundation for the formation of the supergroup The Power Station. During Duran Duran's hiatus, guitarist Andy Taylor and bassist John Taylor collaborated with former Chic drummer Tony Thompson and Robert Palmer to create The Power Station. Their self-titled album, primarily recorded at the New York studio that inspired the band's name and finalized at Compass Point Studios in Nassau, Bahamas, achieved top 20 status in the UK and top 10 status in the US. The album produced 2 hit singles, Some Like It Hot, reaching US number 6, and a cover of T-Rex's Get It On, Bang a Gong, peaking at US number 9, 1 position higher than the original. Although Palmer only performed with the band once, on Saturday Night Live, and bowed out of their Live Aid tour to focus on his solo career. Critics labeled his departure as unprofessional and accused him of ripping off the Power Station sound for his own records. In response, Palmer refuted claims of joining for money and clarified his role in shaping the Power Station's sound, stating, "Listen, I gave the Power Station that sound. They took it from me, not the other way around." In 1985, Robert Palmer recorded the album, Riptide, at Compass Point Studios, enlisting Tony Thompson and Andy Taylor, along with Power Station producer Bernard Edwards. The album's single, Addicted to Love, soared to number 1 in the United States and number 5 in the United Kingdom. The accompanying music video, directed by Terence Donovan, featuring Palmer surrounded by identically clad female models, became iconic. Palmer's success continued with another hit from Riptide, a cover of Cheryl's I Didn't Mean to Turn You On, reaching US number 2 and UK number 9. Concerned about crime in Nassau, Palmer moved to Lugano, Switzerland, in 1987, establishing his recording studio. Heavy Nova, 1988, showcased Palmer's experimentation with bossa nova, heavy rock, and white soul balladeering, with the video for Simply Irresistible replicating the success of Addicted to Love. The song peaked at number 2 in the US, marking Palmer's final top 10 hit there, while the ballad, She Makes My Day, reached number 6 in the UK. In 1989, Simply Irresistible earned Palmer his second Grammy, and he received his second Brit Awards nomination for Best British Male. Rolling Stone magazine crowned him the best-dressed rock star in 1990. In 1990, Robert Palmer showcased his versatility with the album, Don't Explain, featuring 2 UK top 10 hits, a collaboration with UB40 on Bob Dylan's I'll Be Your Baby Tonight, and a cover of Marvin Gaye's Mercy Mercy Me. Throughout the 1990s, Palmer explored diverse musical territories. The 1992 album, Ride and High, paid homage to the Tin Pan Alley era. Although the 1994 release, Honey, received mixed reviews and lacked hit singles in the US, Palmer found success in the UK with modest hits like Girl You Want, Know By Now, and You Blow Me Away. A greatest hits album in 1995 reached number 4 in the UK. Palmer reunited with Power Station members for a second album, Living in Fear, 1996, but the project faced a setback with the untimely death of bassist Bernard Edwards. In 1997, Palmer performed with Rod Stewart at Wembley. Rhythm and Blues was released in Japan in 1998 and worldwide a year later, a collection of love songs. Jim Palmer, Robert's son, plays percussion on the album, along with Mauro Spina. Robert produced it and recorded it in Milan with Pino Piscatola, who had been engineering on Robert's albums for some years. Drive, Palmer's final studio album, released in 2003, showcased his 14th and last musical endeavor. Inspired by contributions to a Robert Johnson tribute album and a request from Faye Dunaway for a Tennessee Williams The Yellow Bird soundtrack, Palmer created a collection of Delta blues and early rock and roll. Featuring Jim Palmer on drums and percussion and Carl Carlton on guitar, Drive earned critical acclaim, reaching number 10 on the US Blues album chart. Robert was just beginning promotion for the album when he died suddenly of a heart attack in Paris on September 26, 2003, just a few months after the album's release. It was a great shock to his family, fans, and all who knew him, just 54 years old and in good health, although he was a very heavy smoker, smoking as many as 60 cigarettes a day. He was survived by his parents, Anne and Les, his brother Mark, his children Jim and Jane, his girlfriend Mary Ambrose, and his ex-wife Sue. Robert Palmer is buried in London, England. Although there was a memorial service in Lugano, Switzerland, he was interred in a private cemetery in London. And there you have it. An exploration into the life and tragic end of Robert Palmer, and the lasting impact he made on the music scene. His soulful voice and charismatic presence left an indelible mark, reminding us that true artistry goes beyond the spotlight. Thank you for joining us, like and subscribe, and bye for now.